$1. Most of the world lives on just $1. It is unimaginable to think that we would live on $1, but we are 1% of this world. We are 1% of a larger and more better thing. What is it to live on $1? If you had to choose food or water, electricity or warmth, how could we do that? But today, a lot of the world does it. During class, we use an example to, we had $1 and we went and used it for our project and we barely had enough for our one project. How could you do it? How can the world do it? Millions outside this 1% live with these questions on a daily basis. The question is, what would you spend your dollar on? Family or yourself?
According to CIA.gov, Malawi has the lowest GDP per capita. That means it's the poorest country in the world. And most of that is because it is landlocked. According to THP.org, there are about 896 million people in developing countries that live on $1.90 or less every day. And this was the last update, was February of 2016, so this is very recent. And in Malawi, one of the poorest country in the world, with $1, you can get a loaf of white bread, which is 52 cents, but you cannot even get a bottle of water, which is $1.36. So my question to you is, what would you spend your dollar on? A small bottle of water or a loaf of bread?
What is it like to live on $1 a day? Most of us can't even imagine what it would be like to live on just $1 a day. Most of us are privileged enough to live on $20 to $40 a day. Anaya Roy created a video, Who Sees Poverty? She challenged us as millennials to make poverty history. She says that we see poverty spatially distant rather than spatially proximate, which means instead of tackling poverty on our own soil and at home and right across the street in our neighborhoods, we choose to fight poverty in underdeveloped countries such as Africa and India and landlocked countries, where we really just need to focus on the issue at home before we can really go globally and fight it in other countries. Most people who live on $1 a day have to choose whether or not they want to spend their money on food, clothes, utilities, water, shelter, schooling, but no one really knows what it's like to live on $1 a day. The video, or the students who tried to live on $1 a day in Guatemala saw that it's nearly impossible to live on $1 a day. So you really just have to look at the perspective of the people who are actually living on $1 a day and see that they really aren't living because they can't buy the necessities that they actually need, and they struggle day by day to actually get what they need. How would you spend your dollar?